Welcome. My name is Gina Miranda, and I'm a keeper of the calendar, an king, what they call. I'm starting to start a series of classes or videos or talks, however you want to call it, about the Mayan calendar. My name is Gina Miranda, and I graduated as a computer analyst and programmer of computers long time ago. And in the past few years, I've written about 7 books, and I work in some exhibits in some museums, including the Science Museum of Minnesota, Science Museum in Rochester, New York. In the Science Museum of Minnesota, I work in 2 projects, and right now I'm working in the University of Hartford, Connecticut, for another exhibition that is going to start in February 2023. Entonces, then I get confused with Spanish. So I'm trying to create a series of classes. I have a line of classes in Spanish, and now I'm trying to start classes in English, or if you want to talks. So this will be number 1. First of all, before talking about the calendar, I want to talk about the origins of the Mayans. The Mayans are a very interesting culture. Before we talk about them, we have to talk about the beginnings, where this started. And I want to talk about some of my theories about creation or whatever it is, I have a picture of the cosmos, or the amazing things, so many unknowns out there about what is really our lives, what is really our reality, what is really happening around us. And my way of thinking, our planet was actually constructed by creatures or aliens, however you want to call it, that in all purposes for us, they kind of look like gods because they have the power of doing stuff that we could even imagine to do this kind of stuff, So I think that there's no coincidence. I think this planet was purposely created and cultivated to allow the existence of creatures like us, these monkey creatures or humans. And it was carefully orchestrated through time. I don't have my model here, but there is a model that I think that the globe, the Earth, it is really constructed. It's the internal structure inside under Earth, with lines of energy that crisscross the globe from one side to the other one. And some of these lines contain some connections to the greater knowledge of the universe. People here think that they invented something, they created something new, and it's not as it is. Anything that we do in this world has been done already somewhere in the universe. The universe is so vast, so amazingly big, that we are just a speck of dust in the middle of all this. And to have this thing of saying that we are so amazing, that we created something new, is not so. We are connected. In some places we get the knowledge from the ancients or from other sources that we don't understand. And then the planet was created, was put together with lines or circuits of stuff that connect one point of the earth with the other ones. And some points are better than other ones. This goes to the beliefs of the Maya. The Maya thought that the God is a mathematician, and that the sacred numbers of the universe are 1, 4, 9, 13, 18. So I wanted to start with that. In a theory about peoples, a lot of people ask about races, what are races, where these come from. And I think that these come because of these lines that I was talking about. Mother Earth, this planet is alive. Actually, it's an entity, the biological entity is alive in a ways that we cannot understand. So when humans appear, it seems like in Africa, even though the Neanderthals were already in Europe, it looked like there was all kinds of different humans, different races, you can say, a type of humans. You know, they had anatomical differences ones with the other ones. And these people, the more advanced humans, so-called advanced, came up from Africa, and they overpowered the Neanderthal, mixed with them. And then for me, the features, the physical features that we own in our bodies that give us our race, supposedly, are features the Mother Earth is giving to us over millennia, over thousands and thousands of years. I'm talking about 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 years. So the Europeans, by living in that area where they live, created this white skin, blonde hair, red hair, because of the influence of the Mother Earth where they live at. It's very specific to that area in Europe. In Africa, the earth from there changed the genes into giving the more darker color and the kind of hair that goes accompanied with people in Africa. Eventually humans move out through Asia, and in the Asian side they get changed into the Asian features, creating the Asian race. And then in India, you know, and Australia and all that, all these races were changed by the singing of Mother Earth over tens of thousands of years. You know, this is not easy. It's not going to take in 2 generations. It's going to take, 1,000 generations. But little by little, Earth changes the genetics into these creatures. It not only happened with humans, it happened with all animals and everything. That's why you see different variations in creatures from one part of the continent to another part. You know, they have longer hair, whatever. Mother Earth tweaks this inner DNA stuff inside these creatures. I believe, my theory is that the Native Americans at the beginning, you know, they came from Asia. They were Asians. The thing is that a lot of the scientists, archaeologists, or whatever, paleontologists are saying, fighting about when that these Asians crossed over into this new continent. Because this continent had no creatures and no humanoids in it. They were like us, you know. It was a virgin continent with very strange fauna, strange kind of animals. And the Asians migrated into this continent, maybe hunting, maybe following animals. But they were 100% Asians when they arrived to this continent. And throughout living in this continent changed them into a new race, which is the Native American race, which I'm part of it, you know. And my belief is that the first people that came to this continent did it about 50,000 years ago. It could be 60,000, it could be 40,000. But living in this continent for that many thousands of years, it starts changing the inner genetics of these people, these persons. And the Native American race is unique to this area. So it was tweaked by Mother Earth, by the vibrations of this American continent. And you can still see the trace of Asians and some of the Native Americans, but there's no features that were inputted into the people here, so the people are adapted to connect with this land. I think that, let's see if I can find this this is not what I wanted, but maybe I can find what I wanted to find. This is not it. It's having some technical difficulties here. All these things I want to use them for different parts of our talk. But I wanted to show you the reason that I believe why the first Native Americans, Asians migrated to this continent, and for me it's very clear. So this is a crater that exists in Arizona. It's called Crater Impact Park. This thing came down to Earth something about roughly 50,000, 60,000 years ago. And I think this is the crucial event that precipitated the coming of the Asian people into this continent. Because you cannot imagine in those days shamans or people that did a spiritual guidance for their people seeing in the sky this amazing thing that looked like a comet. Who knows what these things look like, hurling to the sky, and you can see it there for months, coming in, close.